Homebuilders just slashed prices 16% from their 2022 peak. That's the biggest builder price cut since the 2008 housing crash. And if you are an investor, a landlord, or even a Section 8 landlord or new investor thinking of getting into real estate, but you've been on the fence about buying a property or even becoming a landlord, this is the buying window you've been waiting for. Because when purchase prices drop and rents stay the same or even increase like they can with Section 8 rentals, your cash flow is going to explode. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening in the housing market right now, the states where prices are dropping the most and dropping the fastest, and the move that smart investors are making before this window closes. Because you want to take advantage of this now while the opportunity is hot. And this is not just speculation. This is not something I just pulled out of my butt. These numbers come straight from the US Census Bureau and the National Association of Home Builders. Their chief economist just publicly stated he expects home prices to fall in most of the country this year. So I will drop a link to that report in the description so that you can read it for yourself and know that this is real. So here's what's really happening. Back in October of 2022, the median new home build cost around $460,000. But today, it's more like $387,000. So that is a 16% drop in 3.5 years. So just to put that in perspective, builders cut prices around 22% during the 2008 housing crisis and housing crash that caused the huge Great Recession. And we are almost there again. But the crazy part is, first time in US history, new home builds are actually cheaper than existing homes. Normally, a new home build costs around 15% more than a used one, right? But right now, new builds are 5.5% less than existing homes. And builders are sitting on a mountain of inventory, and they are just cutting deep discounts and giving deep discounts just to move them, just to move these houses out of their inventory. So why does this matter for Section 8 or for landlords and investors? Two reasons. First, when builders cut prices, existing home prices eventually follow. And economists at the National Association of Home Builders literally said resale prices are going to drop in most markets this year because existing owners have to compete with these cheap new home builds. Secondly, and this is the part that most people miss out, is that with rentals, and especially Section 8 rentals, your rent does not drop when home prices drop, because HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Department, HUD's fair market rent that your local public housing authority uses to set their voucher payments, and these are the agencies that run Section 8 programs in your local city, they're the ones cutting your rent check every single month. And fair market rents are calculated separately from home prices. They have nothing to really do with each other. It's based on rental market data and rental market demand, not sales data. So if you buy a cheaper house but the rent stays the same, your spread and your cash flow is going to be larger. And that's just the gap between your expenses and what you pay and what Section 8 is going to pay you every single month in guaranteed rent. So the bigger your spread, the more cash flow you keep. And that is the whole game plan. You want cash flow as well as appreciation, but cash flow every single month is king. And here's the part a lot of people don't talk about, is that states where prices are dropping the fastest happen to be some of the strongest Section 8 rental markets in the country. This includes states like Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Georgia, Florida, Texas, and even Nevada. All of these states have the highest share of homeowners sitting on mortgages 6% or higher. And that matters because those owners have higher payments, more financial pressure, and they are way more likely to sell at a discount just to get out from under that than someone who's locked into, say, a 3% rate from a couple years ago. And cities like Austin, Punta Gorda, Florida, Cape Coral, Florida, New Orleans, Phoenix, and Boise are already down anywhere from 9% to 25% from their peak prices. And if you happen to be a Section 8 investor in any of those markets, you are looking at acquisition and buying opportunities that you haven't seen in about 4 years. So let me give you a real example so that you can really get a sense of how this works. Right now, there are brand new construction homes in Princeton, Texas, for example, which is a suburb outside of Dallas. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,300 square feet, and the price tag is around $284,000. That's about $126 a square foot. So your all-in monthly payment for that, including your mortgage, taxes, and insurance, is going to be around under $2,000. Now, if you go and pull the Section 8 rent rates for that zip code, your small area fair market rent, it's going to tell you that the maximum Section 8 voucher, the maximum that Section 8 will pay you in that area, and it's higher than that mortgage amount. The same thing can be said in so many other cities like Brooksville, Florida, about an hour outside of Tampa, where a new build is around $290,000 and your all-in payment is again going to be around $2,000. And Section 8 is going to be paying you around $2,300, $2,400, $2,500 for that property, sometimes up to $3,000. So your cash flow is really there. So what you want to do with this information is go to huduser.gov and pull the small area fair market rents data for the zip codes that you're targeting. And you want zip codes where Section 8 rent is paying really high, where the ceiling is really high. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to Zillow and search for new construction. Set whatever your maximum price is and look at the spread between what you'd pay and what your mortgage amount might be and what Section 8 is going to pay you in rent. If the math is mathing, that is your short list. These are the areas that you want to start to target. The third thing you want to do is not to rush. Housing economists are saying that these prices are going to continue to drop through 2006 and beyond, and builders are going to be dropping their prices even more in order to move inventory, which is going to put pressure on existing homes as well. And these are the properties that you want to start following and making offers on so that you can get them at these deep discounts, and make sure though that your rents are going to cover your mortgage and give you great cash flow. Now, here's the thing. Knowing that the market is dropping finally is one thing, but actually knowing how to run the numbers on a Section 8 deal so that you can move on the right house at the right price is a completely different skill. So I made a video that walks you through exactly how I analyze a potential Section 8 rental and how I find the perfect properties to actually buy for Section 8 so that they make me the most cash flow possible. They get me the best tenants that don't trash my house, stay for years, so I have way less vacancy, and also appreciate over time, which is building my equity as well as my wealth. You can find that in this video here. Check it out and I'll see you there.